This is my last will and testament. My last will is for a river to be built by the world's mercenaries from California to Nevada desert and from coast to coast in Africa to use reverse osmosis for desalination and dams for hydroelectric generation. I desire to plant forests of walnut trees to create the walnut milk of the Gentiles for food. I also desire the word of the Lord be delivered to the people of earth. Thus sang the Lord. Son of man, don't you know you are my treasure? One day all my enemies will be deceased. At that time, men on earth will prosper, and society will live in peace. Son of man, go and tell the people, the marijuana, coca, and opiates are for me. I do not want my people to abuse them, but I want my people to party. I desire to confront those against my decree. I gave a decree that we are to stick a spiky stick into the assholes of every child rapist and child sodomite post-conviction until they bled enough blood to die, until as coroner certified we pop a cherry. Then choreograph an intelligent, charismatic, dexterous, pompous parade over the cremated remains of every chomo, while we record it for future generations. Child rapists and child sodomites are chomos. I want to confront the elders in America. The parade is good, but you are against my decree. You are every chomo's bodyguard, so learn the mystic matrimony mystery, the mystery of mystic matrimony. I invoke God of gods to join every chomo to every man and woman that would stand and fight to the death to defend them. It is my conviction that any man that would stand and fight to the death to defend his wife ought to be legally married. My will is to confront the chief priests that stand in a lie that spirits do not exist. The Lord is a spirit inside of me and will forever be. I saw a spirit be put upon my flesh on camera, and rather than help me get the tapes and study the science to see what spirits look like in data, to study the data differentials, analyze and conclude that spirits look like they do in data, that's what we should have did, but perhaps there's no data created by our technology. Or perhaps there is. Either way, we will not know via studying the tape that recorded the Lord's Spirit be put upon my flesh, because you stand in the lie in court and that spirits do not exist. As despicable as the elders and chief priests are, there is also the teachers of the law. They teach the judgments and condemnations of sinners being enforced with police, courts, and mercenaries on standby. They attack their neighbors, enforcing their judgments and condemnations as law. I am fasting and praying to death. Please consider my decrees and learn my last will. The Lord is a real spirit that lives inside of me. I listened to the Mormon missionaries and asked Christ to enter into me. And when I was 17 years of age, almost 20 years ago, the Lord entered into my heart. I was attacked by witchcraft before I was 13 years of age, so when the love entered into me, I really experienced a powerful effect from a spirit that is perfect and living. That spirit was inside my heart and sang to me before manifesting himself to me on his throne. I want electronic art specialists to create a picture of galaxies lined up like cornrows four-dimensionally. Start with the three-dimensional picture and imagine a sphere in the middle of the picture and put ghost cornrows coming out in every direction from the sphere. That is my guidance. The Lord appeared as a plain humanoid light with a dark ribbon of light that belonged across his torso. The Lord is the present of every present moment and ought to be romanced accordingly. The Lord also appeared as light while I was bathing above me, and then when I gave my report of what I learned about the Islamic missionary, there was lightning and thunders, flashes of light and thundering in the sky. I began my fast to death tomorrow, and I desire my last will and testament to be known. I studied the path of knowledge and learned that the same name that spells Jehovah in Yahweh spells love in Hebrew. The word love in Hebrew is Ahava with the half-silent first syllable. Love is spelt by the sacred name of God in Hebrew. I read the church recommended strong concordance definition of the meaning of syllables in Hebrew, and I learned that Allah is a variation of Elah and is an oak or terebinth tree of ascension and or cursing with an oath applied. I was given knowledge that the Lord's flesh was killed and his soul was taken in a stick fight ages ago. I was told that the syllables Allah wanted to cause Christ to die and take his soul via reading an Islamic missionary's writing. The word they use is mutu wafika. Basically, they said something about the mafu and the fail. And basically, they're saying that Christ isn't God. The real God wanted to cause him to die and take his soul. It is my will that every oak and terebinth tree in Israel be derooted and utterly destroyed. Christ manifests himself to me in CCDC clothed in darkness. Randall Smith, a.k.a. Uncle Buck, said he also saw Christ in CCDC. In the high court of the Lord, in Moses' court, 2 or 3 witnesses establish a matter. Let the matter be established that Christ returned in CCDC. He was in the air after and said, This is my proper form. While I was in the backyard of a house in Merced, California, Christ said, "This is my proper form," and manifest. Christ looked like all the love in the universe concealed in the air like matter in the wind in his proper form. I have faith that after I die, the Lord can give my fruit attention and the righteous can do my will. I believe the Lord lives in us and through us, and my fellow Christian can fulfill prophecy by bringing drinking water to the desert with streams and rivers. All humanity, I'm bitter, faced with abominable elders, chief priests, and teachers of the law. Restore the Lord's release. Every 7 years, all debts of neighbors and brothers are canceled, and we are never to charge a brother interest. Debts to foreigners are exempt and are not canceled, so that means in America we pay China all the money we owe China, but the money we owe our brothers and neighbors we do not pay. That's what it means in America. We have to pay China the money we owe, but the money we owe our brothers and neighbors are canceled every 7 years. In America, we would really benefit from restoring the Lord's release. Please end the oppression. I desire to fast until the end of oppression, and I'm planning for the worst, hoping for the best. I'm planning on dying. I believe Christ already created an infinite amount of perfect parallel universes via a fart. I see derivatives of God on his throne. I see so many faces in light and color that they appear to be the life of an infinite amount of perfect parallel universes created by Christ farting. Thank you for your time and attention. Please do the will of the Lord. Build the rivers, plant the trees, restore the Lord's release, and do so while loving the Lord.